Alright, Seldon, round 5, Japan. Just show you what UK did. Took New Guinea, destroyed Persia but didn't take the territory, and destroyed that blocker carrier there, which was a mistake on my part. I should have moved him there, or he could have maybe taken out an extra fighter or something. So I made a bit of an error there last time with 60. I think I can recover it. So I'm going to build. I've got the 5 subs. I'm going to move those over there just so they're not within strike range of all these destroyers. Down in 48, and I'm going to build up an air force here so that next round I can dump 2 aircraft carriers and a destroyer, along with the 5 subs. I might be back into the naval game again, or at least give the USA a run for its money. So that's the thought anyway. Once Japan loses its navy, it's just really just a complete defensive game. He's got a 3% chance against Japan, which at this stage of the game, who knows, he might even take it as a Hail Mary, but I don't think he will. He's too cautious to play. I'll have 8 aircraft, 3 infantry. He'll be attacking with these guys down in Borneo, so I don't think he'll do that. It's just, even at this stage of the game, it's not looking so good for Axis. So here what I'll do, I'm just pulling back because the rules again are if you can't hold the territory strong, you hold it weak, but if you can't hold it weak at all, then you just pull back, and that's just to save your units from being destroyed. So I'm just going to position them off the coast just in case. What will probably happen is the US will try and go for these territories here on the coast, and it's just nice to have some units to ping them off. So it's often most effective to sit just off the coast so they can't get battered by the units that are landing, plus the big air force and naval forces there. So you position all you guys just off the coast. In Africa, the key spot for the Axis is Rhodesia. You sit in Rhodesia when the Allies are coming through, or you sit up here. You're not right on the coast here. None of these, because usually the coast plus battleships, cruisers, aircraft all hitting at once. But if you can sit one back, you're doing the counter-offensive, which is often more effective. So I'll sit here just off the coast, and that way they're pretty safe. You'd have to just attack with aircraft, which he's not going to do. Otherwise, Russia's in a bit of a dilemma. Sure, it could come and clean up Siberia, but that then eliminates that territory as territory for the Allies. So the general rule is, when you march into an enemy territory, you take the territory, right? If you march into an Allied territory, it doesn't do anything to the territory, it just stays there. That rule changes a little bit if if your ally's capital has been captured, right? So the way it works is if the Allied capital has been captured, you can now turn their territories into yours. So for example, if Americans came in here in these Russian territories in Siberia, landed there, they would become green territories because the Russian capital's been captured, right? But if the Russians capture it first, you can't do anything to turn a red Russian territory into a US territory unless it's become a Japanese or a German territory first. So it's actually, he's in a dilemma. He could come through here and turn them into red territories, and then if I just leave them, they're just stuck as unproductive red territories. He really wants to turn these into green territories, so he might not even come in through Siberia. So I'll just put a blocker there, otherwise these 3 tanks could come through and smash these guys or these guys. But otherwise I'll set off the coast here and cause a little bit of trouble anyway. but I think Russia's going to come through here. These are originally US territories, so if Russia probably wants to come through here, preferably, and turn these, they'll liberate these territories, because they'll just turn into green territories when they're liberated. They're naturally green territories at the start of the game. Alright, so that will probably do it. I'm going to sit off the coast here, build a bunch of... I think I can always just double check I can actually build things in my factory. I think that's all I want to do. All right. Let's just double check defense profile. Yep. We're positioned pretty well now just to dump a fleet again and try and get back into the waters off Japan. At least make it costly for the US. Because I'll have 5 of the submarines there as a fodder for the fleet. I'll have a destroyer, 2 carriers, 4 aircraft to make up for them. A pretty dumb mistake last time. I forgot that when I killed all the... did 1 round against the US fleet and cleaned out all the destroyers, which means then that I forgot then that wasn't thinking. Round 2 decided silly, didn't quit while I was ahead, and which I should have. I knew I should have, and then because all their destroyers were gone, they couldn't hit the submarines, and so they were hitting all the aircraft and nice stuff instead on my Japanese fleet. So pretty silly. And they did a really good rolls too, actually. So Amund did good rolls for the second round at least. All right, that's where we're at. Okay, Seldon signing off. What I'll probably do now is, good thing about tanks is, those 17 tanks could be in Persia next round. I just like the two moves are just so powerful sometimes. So we'll come in there probably, unless if the Russians don't retreat. I don't think they can hold on there, so they're going to start moving down into China. I think they're going to start moving everything over. In which case I'll just leave just enough to hold in Moscow, and I'll move, if I can, 17 tanks down here and clean up India. Then we've pretty much then got the entire mainland. Clean up these spots here. Yeah. All right. Seldon signing off.